for this session. Anyway, so he was able to, going back to Rodrigo Duterte, he was able to sign during his term the Free Tertiary Education Law na maraming napatapos na ganun. No? Maraming nakakuha ng ganong klaseng education or support. So here, you ensure equal access for all women and men to affordable quality technical, vocational, and tertiary education, including university. So during the time of Duterte, nagkaroon tayo ng free college education law for qualified participants. Hindi siya free for all, pero at least meron ng support na nasimulan. During the time of Noynoy, lumawak ang scope ng mga scholarships or vouchers for TESDA. During the time of Cory, ginawang free ang public secondary education, and in the 1987 Constitution, libre, okay, ang elementary education. Ngayon, participation rate of youth and adults in formal and non-formal education and training in the previous 12 months by sex. So dito, ilang mga tao ba ang kayang maka-access ng education within school age? Next, 4.4. By 2030, substantially increase the number of youth and adults who have relevant skills, including TechVoc, for employment, decent jobs, and entrepreneurship. Pero kung mapapansin mo, 4.4, relevant skills, pero pagdating sa 4.4.1, ICT skills lang ang tinitingnan. Not because the other skills are not important, but because this is where the industry is growing according to the World Economic Forum, and at the same time, this is the set of skills na presumably at the time when it was written, lacking ang mga tao. Okay, 4.5. Ito, very close to our hearts as Humes. By 2030, eliminate gender disparities in education and ensure equal access to all levels of education and vocational training for the vulnerable, including PWDs, indigenous peoples, and children in vulnerable situations. Gender disparity sa Pilipinas in terms of education, controlled na. Minimal na yan. Especially if you're in urban or rural areas, formal education. But what we have to work on in the Philippines is the access to education. Not just access, but the safe access to education. Especially for our indigenous peoples. Okay? Kasi, for them, okay, mahalaga, sorry, sandali lang ha. Mahalaga for them na hindi lang may school, pero huwag mong bombahin yung school. Diba? Do not make it part of the conflict. Okay? Children in vulnerable situations. Those who are in orphanages. Those who are abused. Who are neglected. Who are in war-torn areas. Etong mga nangyayari ngayon, pagdating sa gera, sa gitnang silangan, meron yang impact on us. Meron yang impact din dito sa achievement natin ng targets. Kasi nga, hindi klaro, okay? Hindi klaro kung ano yung magiging participation rate nila sa school, sarado ang schools. In the United Arab Emirates, for example, Qatar, for example, online classes sila. Kasi, paboritong target sa gera, unfortunately, paboritong natatarget sa gera, ang ating mga schools. Okay. 4.5.1, parity indices, female, male, rural, urban, bottom, top, wealth, quintile, and others such as disability status, indigenous peoples, and conflict affected as data become available. For all education indicators in this list that can be disaggregated. When you say disaggregated, meron kang set ng data, pwede mo siyang i-separate, male, female, and all. So, yung data na pwede mong i-classify. Okay? Next, by 2030, ensure that all youth and a substantial portion of adults, both men and women, achieve literacy and numeracy. So, here's a good question to ask. How do you know that someone is literate? Okay? How do you know that someone is literate? Ano ba ibig sabihin ng literate? Kelly, can you briefly explain what you mean by what you chatted to me?
Um, Hello po.
Yeah.
Audible po ako.
Yeah.
Siguro po on a surface level, you're considered literate if sanay ka pong magbasa. Pero, yung sagot ko po, comprehension. I feel like, as long, kapag po you understand what you read, and like what you have read, I think you can also form your own ideas from what you have read, and you can, um, siguro po another indicator can be you can write
Mhm.
clearly po to like you can write clearly kung ano yung gusto mong convey.
No?
Um, yun nga po, parang, um, it goes beyond the, yung pag-read po. Parang how a person processes their information can contribute po sa literacy.
Okay.
Siguro po sa pag-follow ng instructions, gano'n. I feel like that's a big part po ng literacy, yung pag-follow po ng instructions.
Okay.
Um, Yun po. So, parang critical thinking lang din po.
Okay. Actually, medyo mataas na yung expectation ni Santi. Let me explain. Let me show to you the basic definition provided abroad. No? So this is from UNESCO, and this is a globally accepted definition. The literacy rate is defined by the percentage of the population of a given group that can read and write. Yung kay Santi, actually leveled up na. May comprehension na, nakaka-follow ka ng instructions, meron siyang critical thinking. Pero sa kanila, pag pinabasa mo sila, kaya nila magbasa. Kaya nila magsulat. The adult literacy rate corresponds to ages 15 and above. The youth literacy rate is ages 15 to 24, and the elderly is ages 65 and above. It is typically measured according to the ability to comprehend a short, simple statement on everyday life. Hindi lang magbabasa ka, magsusulat ka, pero related to what Kelly was saying, may comprehension. Ang kulang dito though is yung critical thinking na sinasabi ni Kelly. Okay? It's more of comprehending something simpler. Generally, literacy also encompasses numeracy, measurement, that may incorporate a simple assessment of arithmetic ability. The literacy rate and the number of literates should be distinguished from functional literacy, which is a more comprehensive measure of literacy assessed on a continuum in which multiple proficiency levels can be determined. Iba yung literacy sa functional literacy. Pag functional literacy ang sinabi mo, mas meron na yang proficiency level. Doon pwedeng pumasok yung sinasabi ni Santi. So sa atin, for sure tayong lahat na nandito sa Zoom room na to, we are literate. We are literate. We have a literacy rate, or we're part of the literacy rate and the numeracy rate. Pero meron tayong mga grade 11, grade 9, grade 8, grade 6 students, many of them in the public schools, na umabot ng senior high nang hindi nakakabasa. Umabot ng junior high nang hindi nakakabasa. I don't know how they survived. I don't know how they did it. Pero meron. Okay? Now, 4.7. By 2030, okay, so this is the last indicator. So by 2030, ensure that all learners acquire the knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development. Kaya kayo tinuturuan kayo ng UN SDGs. Kaya meron ito sa DISS 2, including among others, through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyles, human rights, gender equality, promotion of a culture of peace and nonviolence, global citizenship, and appreciation of cultural diversity and of culture's contribution to sustainable development. Kaya may UMS. Kaya ang UM subjects, UCSP, TNCT, and even CULAC and DISS. Kaya may ganito tayong focus, precisely to respond to this. Now, the extent to which global citizenship education and education for sustainable development are mainstreamed in national education policies, curricula. So if you open, for example, USD's curriculum documents, kasama yan, teacher education, and student assessment. Okay. Ano pa ngayon yung iba na related? Build and upgrade education facilities that are child, disability, and gender sensitive and provide safe, non-violent, inclusive, and effective learning environments for all. Dito papasok yung unang indicator of a good school na binanggit ni Tati kanina. Sinabi niya, dapat yung school, una, maganda ang facilities. Una, maayos. Okay? And there has to be basic services. So question, what forms of facilities will help with disabilities? What forms will help with disabilities? Kunwari, people who are disabled. Ano ang mga dapat sa isang building or sa isang school facility na para sa mga taong disabled? Class. Ramps, correct. Mainly for the wheelchairs. Okay? So, kailangan yan. Sa Frasati, may ramps? Meron. Pero sa first floor lang. Paano na sa upper floors? Elevator na ang gagamitin. Okay, tama. Elevator na ang gagamitin. Paano pag nagka-emergency? Tas may naka-wheelchair? Bawal ang elevator? Ano gagawin? Kaya meron tayong crisis response group. Bubuhatin. Totoo yun, Adi. Bubuhatin talaga. Kaya meron tayong mga faculty at mga staff, pati guards, nag-iikot sila every floor pag nag-evacuate kayo. Kasi pag may naka-wheelchair or may injured, may nakasaklay, bubuhatin yun all the way down to the first floor. Okay, that's part of the training that is given. Next, paano naman kung yung condition ng tao ay hindi necessarily physical disability? Paano kung, for example, mental? Or meron siyang concern in terms of mental health? Na overstimulate siya, natitrigger siya. So the environment does not necessarily respond in a physical way, except to avoid very, overstimulating colors. Pero meron din, in counselors, for example, merong area, may safe space na dapat pwedeng puntahan ng bata to be able to calm down and do that. Okay? Gender sensitivity. And if I may add, religious sensitivity also, which adds to inclusion. So meron tayong Muslim prayer room sa campus para sa ating mga Muslim brothers and sisters during their at least 2 to 3 of their 5 prayers in a day. Okay? By 4.B. By 2020, although tapos na to, substantially expand globally the number of scholarships available to developing countries. Kasama tayo ron. In particular, least developed countries, small island states, and African countries for enrollment in higher education, including vocational training and ICT, technical and engineering, scientific programs in developed countries and other developing countries. So, sa developing countries, including the least developed or the poorest countries, focus mo, makapasok muna siya sa college. Pero, nagiging STEM focus na pagdating sa developed and developing countries. Dito, ang dapat magbigay ng pera are the developed countries. Okay? So, for example, Fulbright Scholarship. Fulbright Scholarship is funded by the United States. Bibigyan niya ng pagkakataon ang mga bata coming from different countries or different sectors in the developing world, including the Philippines, ng pagkakataon na makapag-aral sa Amerika with financial support. Okay? So in this particular case, the developed countries are given the responsibility to be able to provide support to these developing countries. Last, by 2030, substantially increase the supply of qualified teachers, including through international cooperation for teacher training in developing countries, especially least developed countries and small island developing states. Question: ang Pilipinas ba ay supplier ng teacher sa buong mundo? Yes or no? Is our country a supplier of teachers? Yes or no? We are, no? We are. Saan napupunta ang mga teachers galing sa Pilipinas? Saan tayo madalas o saan madalas napupunta o nagtatrabaho? Actually, English. Kahit hindi ka English major sa Pilipinas, dahil Pilipino ka, akalain nila marunong ka mag-English. Maraming mga non-English teachers na porket Pilipino sila, they are being entrusted with English subjects. Okay, so we have Japan, we have Vietnam, Southeast Asia. United States, ang napapadala natin doon, math teachers, tsaka SPED teachers. They don't need much of the English teachers. Spain is also becoming a hub for Filipino teachers. Mongolia is another. Japan, Vietnam, Thailand. Alam niyo ba na ang educational system ng Vietnam has greatly improved in terms of the excellence of students, and ang ating mga guro ang tumulong magpagaling at maglinang sa kakayahan ng mga batang nandun. It's kind of sad, no? Because even though salaries in the Philippines, especially in the public school, are good, work conditions are a problem. Masyadong mabigat yung workload nila rito. Hindi sila makafocus sa pagtuturo. Okay? So here, we look at the proportion of teachers with the minimum required qualifications by education level. Kaya, at the end of the University of Santo Tomas naman, sa atin sa senior high, we intentionally edited our DISS 2 subject to include education-related concerns. Kasi, sa original curriculum ng DepEd, hindi explicit yung pagbibigay nila ng focus sa education as a global concern and as a social science discipline. Our take is, dapat ang mga bata, ang mga tao, mabigyan ng karampatang awareness about education, the value of the profession, so that possibly, we may convince more students to consider teacher education as a route. Kasi maraming gustong magturo. Pero kapag ang naha-highlight mo lagi ay mga professions na hindi related sa pagtuturo, it becomes a problem. You know, one of the things that's very important in relation also to education is how important it is to be able to show students also na meron tayong ability as an institution to be able to form them beyond simply the knowledge and skills. Mahalaga kasi na may formation beyond simple knowledge and skills. Kaya, whether we like it or not, may mga teachers na tatatak sa inyo. There are teachers whom you will remember for life. There are teachers whom you won't remember, especially if the way by which you related with them was transactional. Pumasok siya, nagturo siya, pero in terms of being able to develop a bond, it's a different thing. So sana, hindi rin naman pwedeng puro bonding lang. Wala na siyang naturo. Kailangan may bonding, meron ding naturo. Okay? And that is why it's important for those who are considering education, for example, as a career, to be honest with themselves also. Do you have the patience? Are you even interested? Kasi, kung meron kang ganong interest to form people, then it might be a good thing, okay, for you to consider that one. Okay? So, any questions in relation now to the UN SDGs on quality education? Kung ito ang maging topic ninyo, likely ang mga issues ninyo ay gender disparity, poverty, okay? lack of equitable access to education. Yan usually ang mga topics na marerelate natin dito sa ating topic pagdating sa UNSDG 4. Any questions po? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. So, please anticipate a Canvas activity in relation to this. Okay, we will be having a Canvas activity, and I will be asking you to take a look at a particular SDG, and then from there determine, okay, how we have been contributing and perhaps what else we can do. So please expect that Canvas instruction by tomorrow. Is that clear? Tati, anak.
Sir, by group po ba yan?
Yes po. I am already entertaining the possibility na baka mawala na tayo ng on-site. So, likely yung isa nating written work is already alternative. Pero sa next nating on-site, magpapaquiz ako. Sure yun. Okay? Megan.
Sir, sorry, question lang regarding sa PTAA. If kunyari papasok na po siya, yung in PDF form po siya, like separate po ba or isang PDF na both script and storyboard?
Same na po. Single file lang na.
Thank you
Single
po.
file na PDF. And then if you have other files na nasa Google Drive within the PDF, give me a clickable link. Anong scope ng quiz next week? Constitution and this one. Tsaka isasama ko yung online lecture. Well, actually, sa Monday pa yon. Lecture about DepEd naman. The role of DepEd, the role of CHED, the role of TESDA. Okay? Clear? A-upload niyo po ba yung lesson nung lumabas yung ACET? Oh! Teka, sandali lang. Sandali lang, Christoph. Bakit wala na naman pasok sa Monday? Ano meron? Tof. Di ba sa Webis yun? Di ba bukas yun? Ba't kayo may product expo?
Hello po. Audible po ba?
Yeah.
Yung product expo po namin na booth ng Monday. Bale, from 8 to 5 p.m. po.
Oh, God. Bam Aquino is now confused as to what to do with you guys. Gagawin na natin ngayon dito.
I think po volumes po product expo ng Monday.
Pasado nyo na agad kami, sir. Yung mga assuming na ganyan, mas delikado sa akin eh. Nambabagsak ako ng graduating eh. Okay. Tingnan natin. Okay. No, sige. I-upload nyo po ba yung lesson nung lumabas yung ASET? I'm looking for it. Hindi ko pa na-upload. Sorry. Yeah. Pero hindi ko alam. Are you less distracted now compared to when you ASET came out? Now that UPCAT came out? How many passed? If anybody of you here passed, message me privately. Mas distracted po. No, actually ngayon, if Ateneo closed its doors on you and UP closed its doors on you and you did not apply for LaSalle, you're likely going to UST. Oh. Sinabi ko naman doon sa advisory class ko, sabi kasi kinamusta ko sila for ASET and UPCAT. So sabi niya sa akin, "Sir, see you na lang po sa UST." My stand is simple. UST will have its doors open for you. Okay? can still help you, endorse you to Ateneo. I can still, but I'll be frank with you. Ang daming mga Ateneo graduates na mismo, hindi pumasa. My contacts from Ateneo high schools, tell me also, sila mismong Atenista hindi pumasa. Yeah, kayo ulit yung blockmates. Kayo ulit doon. Baka nga naka-senior high uniform pa kayo kasi hindi pala kayo nakagraduate. Di ba? So, yun. But yeah, I do hope to see you though sa freshman orientation ninyo. New. Sa dalawa, tatlo. Sir, see you AB. Yeah, well, I hope you will see AB because I'm not from there. I will remain in senior high. But yeah, I will see you in UST. Iba raw ang level ng higpit ngayon ng dalawang big schools. Ateneo and UP. Either dumami. Okay. Sir, kahit hindi nag-apply sa UST, marerecon niyo po ba ako? Ano i-recon ko sa'yo? Hindi ka naman nag-apply. Pwede ko lang, 'di ba? Pwede akong mag-submit ng recommendation sa applicant. Past LaSalle, Legma, applied for comms. Okay. Paano yun? Pero in fairness, ang LaSalle, mas marami akong nakitang natanggap sa LaSalle. Nainis talaga ako doon sa desisyon ni Lenny kahapon. Pero hindi ako naniniwalang final yan. Okay? Clear? No, ano, Mark? Mark, ano? Mark. Will you be running? Loko, kala ko naman seryoso. Tanong. Okay. Oh well. I'm starting to, however, lose hope. Lose hope. Because there's no one in the opposition who can mount a credible offense against Sara Duterte. Because the latest news is that Sara Duterte already accepts that she will be impeached. But she will resign midway the impeachment trial so that she does not receive the punishment of the impeachment. And that means she is not disqualified from running for higher office. The only reason why nag-i-stay pa si Sara ngayon, allegedly, is because BBM's health is also in great limbo. He is, honest to goodness, not in the best of shape. Yeah. Yeah. Sir, ikaw yata kailangan maging target audience sa PETA namin. Diyos ko, tanda-tanda ko. Pag elementary age yun. Okay? Pero medyo na parang na-disillusion ako when Lenny said that she's not gonna run. But then I think it's also a cleverly planned political move kasi she said she's not gonna run to test the waters. If she's not gonna run and then the public says, okay, move on, alam na niya na hindi siya talaga mananalo. But the opposite so far has been seen. She said she's not gonna run. Just at the same time that she had a double-digit increase in her polling surveys. And now, the Pinks are launching all sorts of clamors and campaigns to get her to run. So, I think that's what they're trying to measure. Kapag sinabi ba niya na hindi siya tatakbo, okay, tatanggapin na lang ba ng tao or will people resist? Yes, Sam. Are you VP Lenny's campaign strategist also, anak? Another, okay. Now, no worries. Another thing also na I think tinitingnan nila is some insiders are saying Lenny will announce it only when there's almost a certainty that Sara Duterte would have already been or would be worthy of conviction. Yun. And the SALN is out today. No? So the SALN and questionable bank transactions are out today. Okay? But anyway, don't lose hope and vote for Bam Aquino, whatever he runs for. But if Lenny runs kasi, Bam will be VP. Sad to say, Risa Ontiveros is not yet winnable as one of the VPs or as the VP or the president. She is too identified with a hardline left stand. So, malaki ang portion ng centrists at ng right na parang hindi siya makita as a viable leader. Okay? Kaya ang lumulutang usually yung mga centrists. Bam, the Tulfos every now and then, Lenny. Pero Risa can win the House. If Risa runs as the primary representative of Akbayan in 2028 because she cannot run as senator, she can actually win the House speakership if there is good enough support from the administration. Okay? O sige, just wait for the activity. Bye-bye.